Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the video. Today's vehicle is a heavily smoked in 2006 Chevy Malibu, and it's all kinds of nasty. All right, so just before we get to the disgusting interior, I'll quickly show you the outside, and honestly, it's not looking all that bad, but does have some super hazy headlights, some pretty dirty tires, and a good layer of dust all around the car, including some cobwebs on the back. And I'm moving inside the car, and it gets so much worse as I am immediately hit by the overwhelming smell of cigarette smoke and can quickly see that the vehicle hasn't been cleaned in a really long time. So there's garbage and all kinds of dirt, grime, and ash all over. And if that's not enough, the carpets and seats are a total mess, with some of the stains being really old vomit stains. But just before we jump into the video, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos like this. I post a new video every week, so make sure you've got the bell on so you get notified when they go live. All right, well, after seeing what kind of shape this car is in, I know I've got my work cut out for me on this one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the transformation. All right, so getting started on the pre-wash rinse here, and I'm definitely glad to be working on a smaller car again, as I know I can get the exterior done fairly quick, but after taking one look at the inside, it completely ruined any hope I had of this being a quicker detail, although seeing how dirty it is now is just going to make the entire transformation even more satisfying. Now, as I spray out the wheel well here, I figured I would give you a bit of background on the vehicle. And so when the owner dropped it off, she was telling me that she's actually giving the vehicle to her teenage daughter, which is why she wanted it deep cleaned, and also told me that some of the stains in the seats were from her puking in the car after a good night out over 10 years ago. So when she said it hadn't ever been cleaned in the entire time she's owned it, I was pretty motivated to really give this vehicle everything I had and make it look brand new again. Now, turning to the dirty door jambs, and knowing that these are simply full of dust, the pressure washer can take care of them pretty easily, although for the really dirty ones, I'll sometimes use a degreaser as a pre-treatment to help break down some of the dirt first. Alright, so since this car had some baked on bug guts, I'm using some Adams bug remover to help dissolve and break them down a bit before the wash process, so getting them removed with my wash mitt will be far easier. Okay, so with the vehicle dry now, I'll turn to these dirty floor mats, and as usual, I'll quickly get them sprayed off, but knowing they're a honeycomb design, which can be a bit of a challenge to get all the crevices clean, I'll make sure to do a really good job with the drill brush, and we'll inspect every crevice afterwards to ensure that they're perfectly clean. Alright, moving to the interior, and after quickly getting the front seats removed, I'm also going to remove the entire center console, as I know it's going to be far easier to clean all the grime with it out of the vehicle. And after having a quick look at what I'm up against, I'll then quickly get all the garbage and bigger pieces of debris removed before I start on vacuuming. Now, I'm sure there's some people out there wondering about the quality of carpet in this car, and somewhat surprisingly, it wasn't that cheap Velcro-like stuff that I usually see, so vacuuming was far easier, and there was no need to use the drill brush since nothing was sticking to it. Alright, with everything vacuumed, I can get started on extracting the seats, and as you may know, I always start with the seats since they'll need the most amount of time to dry, and I know I've seen some people ask if the Bissell is able to get them completely dry, and the answer is no. Really, any extractor you use will still leave them slightly damp, so it's important to start on the seats because it would leave a really bad impression on the customer if they end up with wet pants on the drive home. Now, as I suck away more of the smell with the Bissell here, I figured I would let you know that the links to almost every product and tool I use, including the Bissell, the drill brush, and carpet solution I'm using, are down in the description, so feel free to check those out. And if any of you have been looking to pick up an extractor, I would highly recommend the Bissell Spot Clean Professional. I've used mine a lot more than the average person ever would, and it's still working perfectly, and not to mention, it really can't be beat for the price. All right, moving to the carpets now, and since there isn't much for padding underneath carpet, I'm able to use more solution than I would on seats since I know I can get it all back out. And one tip I would have for extracting is to make sure you extract from different directions, as the carpet fibers tend to lay in one direction, so hitting it from multiple ways ensures you can get all of the dirt and solution out. Now, for those of you who enjoy seeing dirty things get cleaned, don't forget about the second channel, the Detail Geek 2, as I've got lots of extracting, pressure washing, and other full detail videos over there, including a clean with me video I recently posted from the disaster Chrysler minivan I detailed a little while back. Here's all the nasty, smoky water pulled from this car. Gross. Now I figured I'd give you a quick before and after on the carpets, and boom, everything is looking brand new again. Now moving to the Gearshifter, where there's a bunch of really stuck on grime, using the steamer is the easiest way to get that dislodged. And for areas like this, I'll typically take the nozzle off the steamer so I can get a higher velocity blast of steam, which makes super quick work of this, so I can simply wipe it clean with a microfiber towel. Alright, turning to these hazy headlights now, and I'm using some Griot's Garage correcting cream and a microfiber cutting disc, and I'll make several passes over the whole headlight before wiping off the residue. And then usually with headlights I need to repeat the process one more time to get them looking new again, but unfortunately these headlights were also hazed on the inside as well, so it wasn't possible to get them looking perfect, but they did make a huge improvement. Moving to the glass now, and one thing you'll always see me do is roll down the windows so I can clean the top edge, as it only takes a second, and it's something that's likely to be noticed by the customer if you don't. And if you've ever wondered how I always get streak-free glass, the secret is using a waffle weave towel. And knowing this was a smoker's car, I grabbed a new towel before I did the inside of the windshield, and it's pretty gross just how much crud came off the glass. Alright, with the detail done now, I'm going to run my ozone machine to try to take care of any lingering smoke smell, since the vehicle is going to have a new owner who likely doesn't smoke. All right guys, and 10 hours later, the disaster has been completely undone. This Malibu is super clean and looking awesome. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.